Hey guys, welcome to the video. So as you all know, I'm a huge fan of GAN stock. So GAN stock is actually my number one holding right now. It's my highest conviction trade that I've had in a very long time. And I've been talking about it non-stop on this channel. I love the sports betting landscape and how it's looking right now and how the upside looks for me. And I really think this industry could triple, could quadruple, could 5x in the next year or so. There's a bunch of online betting apps getting released soon, and there's a bunch of big plays on this. GAN is obviously my favorite, but I've been looking into DraftKings and Penn National as well. So let's get into those. Okay guys, so once again, this is gonna be kind of a podcast-like episode where it's just my face talking. Feel free to watch if you enjoy looking at my funny face, but I really do recommend you just putting your earbuds in, putting this in your pocket, going for a walk, doing some work, doing some busy work where you can concentrate on what I'm saying and my thoughts on these companies and process it all. Research stocks while doing this. Look at the chart. Look up information on each one of these stocks. DKNG, PENN, and GAN. All these stocks. There's a bunch of information to be found. This is just a quick recap and my thoughts on each one. These are kind of my thoughts. If I think they're buys, if I think they're holds, if I think they're sells, if I think their upside is there for them. These are just my thoughts on all three stocks and the comparison between them and which one I recommend out of the three. I'm holding off on doing a lot of uploading a lot of images, a lot of videos while I don't have my setup complete. I'm working on getting a microphone, a new camera, so once I get those, I'll be able to make better content, better watchable content, not just listening content. But I just want you guys to have a look inside my brain and what I think about these three stocks and the comparison between the three and which one you should buy, which one you should be very wary of, and which one you should put your money in and double it. I'll give you guys my full thoughts, my full positions on each one. If I want to make a position at some point in one of these stocks and two of these stocks, as you know, I already have a huge position in GAN, but another one is very intriguing for me, and I'll tell you at the end of the video which one I plan to buy as well. So I'll have GAN and also another sports betting stock, either Penn or DraftKings, and you'll see which one at the end of the video, so be sure to watch for that. I'm already up like 50% on my GAN position, so I'm probably not going to be adding that because I already built up my whole position, but I am looking to add another stock like I've been saying, and I see a bunch of upside in the sports betting industry. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the listen or the watch if you're actually going to watch, but I'll be out with the microphone very soon in a video and a new video camera as well for better quality. So hope you all enjoy, and let's get into it. Alright, so we're going to talk about GAN stock first and why I love it so much. So GAN operates in a bunch of casinos. They actually have a deal with MGM Resorts to be able to locate their product there. So if you guys are familiar with GameStack, the service, this is a service that allows betting to happen at a lot of casinos, especially sports betting. And GAN actually has a huge stake in FanDuel, the app. FanDuel is said by a lot to be better than DraftKings by enjoyment on the site and the ranks on the site. I've actually used both of these services before. I don't see much of a difference, honestly. I'm not a big sports bettor, but I have used both, and they're both very alike in my opinion. And I used to be a big fantasy sports guy, so I would listen to podcasts, and every time they would mention the daily plays for the day, they would go with DraftKings and then they'd go with FanDuel. So again, the company, the fact that they own FanDuel as well as GameStack and all their other products, this is a big deal for me because I love FanDuel as much as I love DraftKings, and FanDuel is just such a small part of GAN's overall business model. Not a small part, but GAN has other businesses along with FanDuel. So the fact that FanDuel is such a big part of GAN, I love GAN because it capitalizes on FanDuel, it capitalizes on GameStack, and it capitalizes on a bunch more products they have coming out, and this is the best value. The value play of GAN, I see Penn National Gaming and DraftKings as fair value for the growth that they have ahead of them. Now GAN was a late riser. People didn't realize that GAN was a sports betting stock, same with that they were already hyped about with Penn National and DraftKings as well. So GAN was kind of late to the party, late to the sports betting hype party, and I saw that opportunity in GAN, and I bought in. So the thing that I love most about GAN is the value of the stock and how much upside that I think it has. We've seen DraftKings double. We've seen Penn National go from $4 to $33, which is absolutely crazy. GAN has the most upside from this price point, so that's why I love the stock so much. The sports betting is probably my favorite thing to invest in right now. Just the fact that things are getting big. The NBA is about to come back. The MLB is about to come back. The NFL should start in the fall time. So we're getting ready to go into the big season. If fans aren't allowed inside the stadiums because of this pandemic, this can make it even bigger play for sports betting, because if you can't be there, you can't spend your money at the game, you can't buy the food at the game. What are you going to be spending your money on? People have hot pockets with their money, with their sports money. So people are going to be throwing this money at DraftKings, at FanDuel, at the Penn National Barstool's app. So these are really big plays on sports betting, and this is going to be huge, especially if people aren't allowed inside the stadiums. These apps are going to allow for the ease of betting, and just the hype play around betting is going to be crazy. And there's some big gains coming in GAN. I've said before that I see 40 plus by the end of 2020. I see that very easily. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 50 in a year or two. 60. Who knows what can happen with the upside of GAN and the value. It's just the best out of the sports betting stocks, in my opinion. Alright, so if y'all are aware of DraftKings, the app is kind of like FanDuel, just like I was just talking about. The ease is about the same as FanDuel. They're both competitors to each other, and I really like DraftKings as well. I have no preference between the two. I'd like to do the same, and people talk about them in the same light, in the same way. So DraftKings is just a pure play on the app DraftKings, on the website DraftKings, which is why I don't like the stock as much as GAN. But this stock has amazing opportunity in itself. We've seen it like triple in the past month or so. One of the most hyped stocks in the market, and rightfully so. I think this is fair value. I don't think it's overvalued at all. I wish I got in earlier to this investment. I wish I realized the sports landscape was looking amazing at this time. But I didn't get in, so I saw the opportunity in GAN, so that's why I went with GAN over DraftKings. But the growth opportunity in front of DraftKings is very big as well. The value is not there, but I can see this doubling easily in a 2-year span. Obviously it's fair value right now, but as the hype continues to build leading into sports coming back, this is a great play. Okay guys, another thing to be wary of DraftKings is Disney is actually invested in DraftKings, and Disney owns a 6% stake in DraftKings. So why this is a big reason and could be potentially a bad thing for the company is if Disney decides to get out of the betting space, if they decide sports betting is not good for their business, is not good for their company, this could really hurt DraftKings, because if news comes out that Disney sold their whole position on DraftKings, okay, first of all, this is going to make a big selling pressure on the stock from Disney's huge position in the company. And also, if people hear that Disney doesn't want to be in DraftKings anymore, if Disney is selling out of DraftKings, it's going to cause fear in the company. People are going to be thinking, investors are going to be thinking, is DraftKings not a good company? If Disney is one of the smartest companies there is, if they're not investing in DraftKings, if they sold their DraftKings, should I sell my DraftKings? If they're not confident in the business model, if they're not confident in the CEO of DraftKings, should I not be confident? Should I sell my position? So that's one thing to be aware of, and one risk factor associated with DraftKings. So one funny and interesting thing having to do with DraftKings is, while I was researching these sports betting companies, I put in the Google search for FanDuel. I was going to go to the website, look at the investor page, look at some analytics to talk about, and the first thing that comes up when you Google FanDuel is an ad for DraftKings. This is awesome for that company because they're targeting the audience, they're targeting the sports betting audience, they're targeting sports bettors, and it's interesting how they're out there advertising, trying to beat their competitor. I haven't seen a FanDuel ad while Googling DraftKings, so that's something that DraftKings may have over FanDuel, is their advertising is better. Their dollars are better spent than FanDuel, so this is a good thing with the company, and the CEO does seem like he knows what he's doing. He does know how to hype his stock up, as you've seen in the past month. and he does know how to get people excited about this company. So that's a very positive thing on the DraftKings side. So currently DraftKings is moving on a lot of speculation, a lot of hype growth, a lot of high value. It has a forward PE of over 1200, I've seen. So it's very overvalued in the fundamental standpoint, but in the growth standpoint, it's not overvalued in my opinion. But if I was to put money in a stock that was based on pure hype, pure excitement, I would not put it in DraftKings, and I would prefer to put it in to the next stock I'm going to talk about. So Penn National Gaming is another sports betting platform. They have a big investment in Barstool Sports, which is a big college guy thing. It's a big thing that it's a big social media thing. It's a big advertising thing. It's just a very big platform. Their Instagram page is awesome. Their Twitter page is awesome. Just a bunch of funny videos, and I'm a big fan of their business. Actually, I actually follow them on all social medias, and I have been for a long time without really knowing it. I've just always thought of them as, oh, that's Barstool Sports. So it's actually a really big brand and a really exciting brand to invest in. All right, so I recommend this as a buy at $4. So that's absolutely crazy. If you bought in then, that's an 8x on your money, almost 7.5x. But that's insane, and I'm actually very proud of myself for making that call. It's one of my best calls that I made this year as a buy. Anyways, I'll stop talking my Instagram up. I'll stop showing off if you guys insist. But Barstool Sports, my big bullish thesis on Penn National Gaming and why I actually really like this investment right now is Barstool Sports is coming out with an app sometime this year. I believe that at the Q3 earnings call, which is not this coming quarter, but the next one after that, so maybe like towards the end of the year. But my big thesis with this is during the earnings call, the CEO is going to announce the making of the Barstool Sports betting app. So this betting app is going to make millennials go crazy, going to make investors go crazy. I believe it could be like a 2x after this announcement. So why this is so crazy is the Barstool is such a big brand. I think people are going to flock to go bet with them. College students are going to go straight to Barstool Sports. Forget DraftKings, forget FanDuel. Barstool is the dominant name in this, maybe not in the betting space, but in the brand space. Barstool Sports is such a big name I've known that name since I was 12 years old. I've known Barstool Sports. I watched the videos, like I said, I follow them on all social medias and forever, and it's just a very cool name. And I think that investors are going to flock. The excitement's going to be through the roof, and this could be the most exciting stock for the year, the most exciting betting stock. Now, I do like GAN's value better. The Penn has the excitement level way higher, the upside possibly higher, even though it's not as good of a value as GAN is. But this is a very big play, and I'm very heavily contemplating making a pretty good sized position on Penn National Gaming because of the Barstool Sports betting app announcement later this year. I'm predicting that at least. Some of these videos, I know I don't take a deep dive on due diligence, I don't take a deep dive on fundamentals, but I have done all my research. I have researched all the fundamentals, so don't worry about that. I know what I'm doing. You can just check out all my gains on Instagram, my 300% gain this past month on my account. But I absolutely love the sports betting space at the moment, the place they're in, the hype that's surrounding them, and the hype that's getting even greater as time goes on throughout the year and sports actually comes back. I think sports betting numbers are going to be through the roof, like I said earlier in the video, especially if people aren't allowed in the stadium. People are going to go crazy, throw all their money at betting. It's going to be insane. So I could see this industry going like crazy, like I've said. So of course, GAN is my favorite stock out of these. GAN stock, that's my favorite investment this year over any other investment. GAN is kind of like my baby. So I have one of my portfolios in GAN. So I have a pretty good sized position. I'm confident in my position. I actually threw another $1,000 at GAN the other day as well after the 10% drop. But anyways, GAN is my favorite stock, my favorite value, my favorite growth opportunity. But Penn National Gaming, I'm super interested in starting a big position in this. I do know that the stock is overvalued with fundamentals, with how it looks on paper, but the investor hype, the social research that I've done with Barstool Sports, this is the big play. Barstool Sports is the key to like any investor's heart. I'm kidding about that, but Barstool Sports is going to be very big, especially if they come out with the app like I'm predicting. This betting app is going to be huge. It could outrank FanDuel, could outrank DraftKings very quickly. It's just a global brand that I myself love. I'm a fan of the brand. I always preach to invest in what you believe in and what you like as a consumer. In Barstool Sports, that's an awesome brand. That's something that I want to invest in myself. You guys make sure to do your own research, your own due diligence. But I think the stock, the Penn stock, this could be the most hyped out of them all. This could have the most upside out of them all. So saying this, GAN is still going to be my biggest position out of all of these. I would like to make a solid size position in Penn, maybe a $2,000 to $4,000 position in stock, possible call options leading up to the Q3 earnings. Like I'm predicting, the app, I'm guessing, will be announced during that call. That's just pure prediction, pure speculation. That's just what I've gathered from my research and what I think would hype the stock up. So that's the information edge that I have over other investors, that I have over Wall Street. I'm predicting the app. So that's my bullish thesis on Penn. So talking about DraftKings, this is a very solid growth opportunity, like I said. It has some very interesting things surrounding the business. They know how to advertise very well. Saying that, I'm more confident in the value of GAN than I am in the value of DraftKings. And I'm more confident in the hype and the growth opportunity of Penn than I am over DraftKings as well. So saying this, I see no reason to put any money into DraftKings at this time. I think my money would be better suited going to GAN and Penn. So those are just my thoughts on the stock. I know I'm not taking any deep dives. Like I said, I'm not going into any fundamentals. This is just what's going through my mind as a social research investor. Make sure you do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just taking you guys my thought process, what I'm doing with my moves in the market, and I'm just giving you guys a new way to think about investing. I do have a very different way of investing than other investors. It's based a lot less on fundamentals and based a lot more on what's inside investors' mind. So if I can beat investors through the investment, you get the pop. Like we saw with GAN, I beat the investors to the information that GAN was behind DraftKings and Penn. So I beat them to the investment, and we saw a pop up 50% in the past week on this position pretty much. So that's insane. The informational edge is key. I do believe I have an informational edge on Penn with the app coming out on Barstool Sports. So that's why I'm very excited about that. Thank you guys for watching the video. Check out the links in the description. If you want to join the stock group, if you want a free stock on Robinhood, if you want 2 free stocks on Webull, one valued from $12 to $1,400. Make a big investment, double your money with these stocks. Ask me any questions that you want on Instagram. Shoot me a DM. My Instagram is @the.stockwatch. So shoot me any questions you have about investing. Even if you're not an investor as of right now, just shoot me a question. How do I get started on investing? How can I learn your tactics? How can I start investing? How can I become a self-sufficient investor? And I would love to help you out. I would love to have you join my stock group, and I can kind of tutor you, get you through the time that it takes, and get you through those lessons, get you through those tough times, those losses, and finally get you to the point where you're self-sufficient, where you can make your own money super easily, and you can retire early by investing. So check out the links in the description. Like I said, thank you guys for watching, and let's get rich.